Okay, so we're just going to do a little update here. This is 800 walnuts. Right there. That container, those 3 containers came from those walnuts, which equals 800 walnuts. And then there's another 200 walnuts in there, which I'm going to do tonight in this little plastic bin. So there'll be 1,000 walnuts so far. That's English walnut. Okay. Then we've got our walnut stain, which is the paint, and I just added some alcohol into it, 99%. And then that's the one that was cooked outside. And then these ones, smaller ones, are the ones that were cooked inside, which is the ink, with just the rind from the black walnut. That's a Mod Podge of everything, right? But the other one's more fine-tuned. Then we've got some powders coming. This one here is just the English walnut for the science experiment. This one here obviously came from boiling to make the ink, and that's why it's a little darker. Whereas these ones, oh, sorry, it's that one that's darker. These other, well, maybe that one's darker. I don't know. Anyway, these 3, 1, 2, 3. I can't move my hand from the camera because I'm holding the screen. Anyway, the 3 right on this side, on the right-hand side, are all just black walnut rind. That's it. One is cooked. Those ones are not. And I'm still making more. And I have another container filling up. That one is just the English walnut. By the time I decided to do what I was going to do, it was already too late. Had already gone through them all, pretty much. As you can see, black walnut, raw, right? It's oxidizing right now. But they're falling off the tree. We got 15 today, Andre and I. They're right there. This tray is left, right? I'm finding that some of them are still a little, I wouldn't call them raw, but I may go through these jars and take out the ones that are lighter and just put them in the dehydrator for a day or something, you know, just because I remember one time I bought bulk in one of those major food chains. I came home, I put them in a jar, and I don't think they were dehydrated enough and dried out or whatever, because they ended up mushing up, molding and whatever, right? So I don't know if they use preservatives. I would think that they would, but I'm freezing mine right now. I'm just putting them into jars, but eventually I'm going to vacuum seal them into separate bags, and I'm going to freeze them, right? Because they'll last longer and they'll stay fresher, right? And as I do that, I may take a handful and just put them back into the dehydrator and dehydrate them that way. Anyway, there is the black walnuts so far, right? I think that's about it. And then I've got, oh, I don't know, maybe another 8 more smaller trays still in the bathroom that need to be opened up, right? So anyway, 1,000 walnuts. There's the wastage, okay? In terms of, oh, just hold on here. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. You can see it's just a salmon-sized jar. It's very small. That's all that was wasted, people. Outside of that, in terms of, those ones didn't come out very right. And these ones here, I've been eating them. They're okay. They're just more dehydrated, that's all. So I'll probably end up just chopping them up and then putting them in there, mix them up, right? So you don't notice it so much, because they're fine. They're just more dehydrated, that's all. Because I've been like tasting them, and they're actually quite tasty. So each one has its own taste, right? Those ones that aren't so dehydrated taste a little different than those ones, right? But they're both good. So in terms of wastage, though, that's it right there. That's what you got. And this one, that one down in there, which is nothing, right? Compared to taking that myth and chucking out 3/4 of your walnuts because they're floating to the surface. Now, when Andre and I went to back to the walnut trees, we noticed that somebody had dug up the walnut that was growing right on the road there, on the walkway. Personally, I think it was somebody that seen my video, because, I mean, Andre and I just mentioned it, what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago? And I'm telling you, people, I remember seeing that walnut tree the last time I did walnuts. So, it sat there for a couple of years. Nobody bothered it. But as soon as Andre and I mentioned that there was a walnut there mixed in with the holly tree and the acorn tree, not even 2 weeks later, the walnut tree goes missing. Somebody actually dug it right out of the ground. So, I find that to be kind of interesting. So 1,000 walnuts, there's 200 there, there's 800 there, and this is what we've got so far in terms of product. I would say it's not so bad. I mean, it's kind of grueling, but it's okay. That's some really good walnuts right there. Hold on.